Real estate agent. Secrets our team never shares. Most real estate agents have a standard playbook. You know the one. They stick a sign in the yard, toss some photos on the MLS, hold an open house on the weekend, and then they wait. They wait for a buyer, wait for an offer, and just hope everything magically falls into place. But what if I told you there's another playbook? The one our team uses to get houses sold way faster and for a lot more money. These are the strategies we almost never share, but today we're pulling back the curtain. Here in the South Florida Home Finder team, we are a leading team that's helped hundreds of families through one of the biggest financial moves of their lives. We don't just list homes, we launch them. We don't just negotiate, we strategize. The difference between a home that sells in 7 days with a stack of offers and one that just sits on the market for 3 months isn't luck. It's a system. It's a collection of secrets and a deep understanding of the market that most solo agents don't have the time or resources to pull off. Today, I'm not just giving you a few tips. I'm handing you the keys to our entire process. We're going to walk through the 8 secrets that are the foundation of our team's success. These are the conversations we have behind closed doors and the advice we reserve for clients who trust us with their biggest asset. So if you're even thinking about selling your home in the next year or two, what you're about to hear will not only save you thousands, but will completely change how you look at the whole process. Stay tuned for the secrets that can make all the difference. All right, secret number 1, and this is probably the most important one we will talk about. We never ever price a home to test the market. This is the single biggest, most expensive mistake a seller can make, and it is often encouraged by agents who either do not know how to price correctly or are afraid to have a tough conversation. Here is the problem. A typical seller thinks my home is special, so let's price it 10% higher than the last sale. And if we do not get any bites, we can always lower it. This feels like it makes sense, but it is a financial disaster waiting to happen. An overpriced home does not just sit, it gets stale, and buyers and their agents see a house that has been on the market for 30, 60, or 90 days, and their first thought is, what is wrong with it? You lose all your power before you even start negotiating. Our team operates on what we call the launch price doctrine. The secret is not just pricing a home at market value, it is about pricing it strategically to create an event. We use deep data-driven analysis, looking not just at past sales, but at the current competition and buyer demand. Our goal is to price your home so compellingly that it does not just attract one buyer, it attracts a crowd. We want to create urgency, a fear of missing out that turns your listing into the must-have home in the neighborhood. Think of it like an auction where the auctioneer starts at a tempting price to get hands in the air and build momentum. By pricing it sharply from day one, we trigger alerts for every buyer in that price range, and we get a flood of showings in the first 72 hours. Buyers see other cars in the driveway, and they hear their agent say, "We have to move fast. Offers are already coming in." This competition drives the price up, often leading to a final sale price well above what you might have optimistically listed it for. A classic example: 2 sellers on the same street with almost identical homes had very different outcomes because one insisted on testing the market. The first seller priced at $550,000 against our advice to list at $515,000, and after 3 weeks, they had a few showings and one lowball offer. Meanwhile, our client listed at $515,000 had 25 showings the first weekend and received 6 offers. Competition drove the final price up to $545,000, and they closed in 30 days. The first seller, after 45 days of stress, finally cut their price to $520,000 and ended up taking $510,000, losing time leverage and tens of thousands of dollars. Our team's advantage is our collective data. We are not guessing, we get real-time feedback from active buyers every single week, giving us a pulse on the market. Secret number 2 is something that baffles our competitors and gives our clients an almost unfair advantage. The sale of your home doesn't start the day the for sale sign goes up. For our team, the most important work happens in the 21 days before you go live. We call this our pre-market blitz, and it's the engine that powers the fast, high-priced sales we're known for. Here's where most agents drop the ball. Their marketing is reactive. They sign the papers, schedule a photographer, and throw it on the MLS, hoping for the best. The first time anyone hears about your home is when the clock on days on market has already started ticking. That's like releasing a Hollywood blockbuster with no trailer, no interviews, and no posters. It's set up to fail. Our secret is to build anticipation to a fever pitch. So on launch day, we have a line of buyers who are already emotionally invested and ready to pounce. Here's how our 21-day countdown works. First, day 21 through 14 is all about strategic prep. Our professional stager walks through with you, creating a room-by-room action plan. This isn't just decluttering, it's about creating a model home feel that allows buyers to picture themselves living there. While that's happening, we're coordinating any small, high-return upgrades, like a fresh coat of neutral paint or new light fixtures that our data shows will pay for themselves. Next, day 14 through 7 is media and story creation. Our professional photographer and videographer, who are trained to sell a lifestyle, not just a house, come in. We don't just take pictures. We create a visual story. We shoot at the perfect time of day to get the best natural light, using drones to show off the home's connection to the neighborhood. At the same time, our marketing team is writing the property's story. We don't write a boring description of 3 beds, 2 baths. We tell a story about Saturday morning coffees on the sun-drenched patio. That's what connects with buyers. Finally, the last 7 days are the coming soon offensive. This is where the magic happens. We launch targeted digital ads on Facebook and Instagram using the stunning photos and video we've created. Even more importantly, we leverage our internal network. We send an exclusive first look to the hundreds of active buyers our team is working with, and to a curated list of top agents in the area. This creates an exclusive buzz. Agents start calling us. When can I get my buyer in? They saw the video, and they love it. We stack private showings for the first 2 days. The home is active to ensure it's a whirlwind of activity. By the time your home officially hits the market, we often have a list of buyers who are already sold on it. This is why our homes sell in the first weekend. It's not luck, it's a deliberate 21-day blitz that most agents don't even know how to do. Secret number 4 is about creating a powerful information loop that lets us adjust our strategy in real time. A showing without feedback is a total waste of time. Vague feedback is just as useless. Our team built a systematic buyer feedback engine that turns every visitor into market intelligence. Most sellers get excited after a bunch of showings in the first week and then hear nothing. You clean the house for every showing, and then it is just crickets. Agents say they have not heard back, or offer only vague comments like, "It was nice." Sellers are left wondering if the price is too high or if the layout is the problem. Our secret is treating feedback as an aggressive, systematic process. We have a team member dedicated to relentlessly hunting down feedback from every showing agent. We do not just send one automated email. We call, we text, and we follow up until we get detailed, specific answers. We do not ask only what clients thought. We ask targeted, specific questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are your buyers to make an offer? If not, what is the number one thing holding them back? How did they feel about the price compared to other homes they have seen? Were there any specific features they loved or any red flags? All this data goes into a central system that our entire team reviews every morning. If 3 of 5 showings mention the backyard feels small, we know we have a perception issue to tackle in our marketing. We might need new photos that showcase the patio or highlight its low-maintenance appeal. If buyers love the house but think it is about £10,000 overpriced, we now have undeniable market data to bring to our seller. This is not our opinion. This is the voice of the market. That allows us to make a strategic price adjustment quickly before the listing gets stale. I remember a property with a slightly funky layout where buyers could not figure out how their furniture would fit. A solo agent might have just said the layout is a problem. Our team had a stager create a digital mock-up showing 2 different furniture arrangements. We added these to the online listing and sent them to agents who had already shown the home. 2 agents brought their clients back and 1 wrote the winning offer. We did not change the house. We changed the perception of the house because the feedback engine told us the problem. If this is the kind of strategic thinking you want when you sell your home, hit subscribe to stay ahead of the curve. Now let us get back to the secrets. Secret number 5 is where a great team truly earns its commission. Most people think negotiation is just a fight over the final price, but the price is often the least important part. True mastery is using the buyer's momentum and all contract terms to get the seller what they really want. Inexperienced agents get tunnel vision on the offer price. They see an offer below asking and immediately get defensive or dismiss it. They treat negotiation like a head-on conflict and kill deals over tiny disagreements. Most deals are won or lost on the other terms, not the price. Our secret is to analyze every offer as a complete package. Every term, contingencies, closing date, financing, earnest money is a lever we can pull. First, we dissect the offer. Is it cash or financed? Cash eliminates appraisal and financing risk and can be worth more than a higher, shaky offer. Is the buyer flexible on the closing date? And can that convenience have real dollar value? How big is the earnest money deposit? And what does that signal about seriousness? Second, we use our team intelligence and call the buyer's agent to get the story. Are they in a rush because a lease is up or emotionally attached because of the school district? Knowing the buyer's motivation is like seeing their cards. If an offer is below list, we shift the focus from price to risk and convenience. We might ask them to waive minor inspections and close faster instead of dropping price. A faster close can save the seller a mortgage payment, offsetting apparent price loss. That $10,000 loss might actually be a $5,000 gain when all is said and done. We had 2 offers, one for $750 and one for $745. Most sellers would jump at the higher offer, but we dug deeper. Offer A's agent was flaky, and that buyer had a history of backing out. Offer B was from a buyer with a top local agent, a rock-solid pre-approval, and a personal letter. We advised our client to counter Offer B by shortening the inspection period to 5 days. They agreed, and the deal closed without a hitch. The other deal likely would have fallen apart and put the seller back on the market. Negotiation isn't about winning a fight, it's about crafting the perfect deal. Secret number 6 completely flips the script on a weekend ritual most agents get totally wrong. A great open house should feel like an exclusive Apple product launch, not a sleepy visit to the library. We engineer what we call controlled chaos, a high-energy strategic event designed to create maximum buzz. The typical open house is a passive, low-energy snooze fest. An agent puts out a few signs and sits in a corner on their phone, hoping people show up. There is no strategy, and for the seller, it is a huge pain for very little reward. Our approach is the exact opposite. We treat the open house as the grand finale of our pre-market blitz. First, we time it strategically. We do not hold it open for 4 hours on Saturday and Sunday. We often condense it to a tight 2-hour window on one day. This crams all the traffic into one period. A busy open house is the ultimate social proof. When buyers have to park down the street and walk into a house filled with 20 other people, it sends a powerful psychological signal. Their fear of missing out goes into overdrive. Second, it is a team sport. We never have just one agent there. We have at least 2 or 3 team members with specific roles. One person is the greeter at the door, signing everyone in and handing them a beautiful property brochure. Another team member is a floater, engaging with people and answering questions. This feels like a high-end retail experience, not a self-guided tour. Third, we use it to gather intelligence. Our team members are trained to listen. They overhear what people are saying and ask probing questions. All this live feedback from dozens of buyers in a 2-hour window is pure gold. It either confirms our pricing or tells us we need to adjust fast. I will never forget an open house for a condo where we did this. The place was so packed that people were literally waiting in the hallway to get in. The energy was electric. That night, we got 7 offers, all over the asking price. The winning buyer later told their agent, "I knew I had to come in strong after I saw that crazy open house. I did not want to lose it." That is controlled chaos. It is not just opening the doors, it is manufacturing an environment of desire. This next secret is what really separates a well-connected team from an average agent. Secret number 7 is our off-market network, a powerful ecosystem that often lets us find the perfect buyer for your home before it is even for sale. The problem for most sellers is their home's exposure is limited to public websites. They list the home and have to compete with every other property out there, hoping a buyer stumbles upon them. It can be a slow, unpredictable waiting game. Our secret is the cultivation of a huge internal network of buyers and trusted agents. The first layer is our own internal pool of buyers. At any given time, our team is working with dozens, if not hundreds, of pre-approved, motivated buyers. The second we start working with a new seller, we share the property details internally. This often results in a perfect private match before the home ever goes public. The second layer is our agent-to-agent network. Top producing agents in a market do a lot of business together. We have private channels where we share our coming soon listings as a professional courtesy. We give other top agents and their best clients a sneak peek, tapping into the most qualified buyers before anyone else. The third layer is our past client and community database. You would be surprised how often the perfect buyer is a friend or colleague of someone we already know. A personal referral is the warmest lead you can get. A great example was a unique, modern home we were about to list. We knew it would be a dream home for the right person. Before we even took photos, one of our team leaders mentioned it at a local business meeting. Someone overheard and said, "My partner is an architect and has been looking for a home exactly like that for over a year." We set up a private tour. They fell in love and wrote a full-price offer on the spot. The house was sold in 48 hours with 0 public marketing, all because of our network. This isn't about hiding a listing. It's about a strategic, layered approach that starts with the best buyers first. Our final secret, number 8, is the glue that holds everything else together. We call it the accountability mandate. The secret is that our team's internal systems are your external guarantee of performance. We don't just promise to do the work. Our systems make sure it gets done to the highest standard every time. One of the biggest complaints about real estate agents is the list and disappear act. An agent is all in to get the listing, making big promises, but once the contract is signed, they vanish. The seller feels abandoned. This happens because many solo agents are simply overwhelmed and disorganized. Our secret is that we've built our entire company on specialized roles and transparent reporting. We operate like a high-performance business, not a collection of individuals. First, specialization creates experts. Unlike a solo agent who has to be a marketer, negotiator, and paper pusher all at once, our team members are specialists. We have a listing specialist for pricing, a marketing director for the blitz, and a transaction coordinator running the feedback engine. Every step of your sale is handled by an expert in that specific field. No dropped balls. Second, we believe in total transparency through mandatory reporting. Our clients get a detailed report every single week. This isn't a fluffy email. It's a data-driven summary with online views showing feedback, marketing activities, and a summary of new market changes. This report is non-negotiable. It holds us accountable to you and to our own standards. You are never in the dark. Third, We have daily team huddles. Every morning, our entire team meets to review every single active listing. We brainstorm solutions and share intelligence. If a listing isn't getting activity, it's the whole team's problem to solve. 10 experts working on a strategy will always beat one agent working alone. We once took over a listing that had been sitting on the market for 95 days. The sellers were frustrated and felt ignored. The first thing we did was plug them into our system. We gave them the 21-day plan and started the weekly reports. Our system identified that the price was right, but the online photos were awful. We brought in our pro photographer, relaunched the property, and it sold in 12 days. The sellers were stunned, but for us, it was just the system doing its job. The accountability mandate isn't just a promise, it's a structure. It's the engine that guarantees our clients get the result they deserve. So there you have it. The 8 secrets our team uses to sell homes faster and for more money. We've pulled back the curtain on our entire playbook, from the launch price doctrine to our controlled chaos open houses and our accountability mandate. If you remember just 3 things, make it these. First, pricing isn't about testing the market. It's about creating a frenzy. Second, the work that happens before you list is what makes or breaks a sale. And third, a systematic, team-based approach with built-in accountability will simply always get a better result than a solo agent trying to do it all. You now know the strategies most agents won't tell you. You understand the level of detail and proactive systems needed to maximize your home's value. Selling your home is one of the biggest financial moves you'll ever make, and you deserve to have this kind of expertise on your side. If you're thinking of selling and you want a team that operates with this level of purpose, the next step is simple. We offer a no-obligation, confidential strategy session to walk through your goals and show you exactly how our system would work for your home. There's absolutely no pressure. It's just a chance for you to see how our approach can make a huge difference. Thank you for your time. Don't settle for the standard playbook. Demand a strategy. We look forward to talking with you soon.